Okay, here is how you can get Niri's scrolling layout into Hyprland. So it's going to be with a Hyprland plugin called Hyprscrolling. So if we just go onto Hyprland's website, okay, if we just go to their GitHub and then find the plugin that we have to install and then just install that plugin, we should just be able to get Niri's exact layout implemented into Hyprland. So let's do that. First, it's github.com, hyperwm, Hyprland plugins. Okay, so first what we need to do is on this website, we need to scroll down and install HyperPM, which is the plugins manager. So Hyprland has a plugins manager, which of course is being updated very regularly. And it allows you to install a bunch of plugins. So you have borders++, which basically adds extra borders. And then you have title bars to your windows. And then you have workspace overviews. There's a lot of stuff that you can add, but the one we're most interested in is hyperscrolling because it adds a scrolling layout to Hyprland, quite like what you see in Niri. Okay, now first thing I want to do is of course install the plugin manager itself. Okay, now let's scroll down over here. Here we see install, right? So to install these plugins, we just run from the command line hyperpm update. Now, before that, they have a note here. So Hyprland plugins only officially supports installation via hyperpm. Okay, it automatically detects your Hyprland version and installs corresponding release of whatever the plugins. And if you want, okay, so here's another thing that you should know. If you're using Hyprland plugins, you have to make sure that you're using Hyprland Git as well, along with Aquamarine Git and whatever other dependencies that it depends on. Okay, now just run hyperpm update. Okay, it's going to ask you for your password. Type that in and it should just start pulling in updates. Now, if it fails here on this step, just like it failed for me on the first time, you have to uninstall Hyprland and you have to install Hyprland Git. Now, if you don't want to compile Hyprland Git, from source, or if you don't want to, yeah, exactly. If you don't want to compile it from source, or install a bin version, just use the chaotic AUR as I've mentioned in one of my previous videos. You can install or you can set up the chaotic AUR, which is basically installing most popular AUR packages without having to actually compile the package yourself. It's a pretty useful, handy dandy utility that allows you to do this. So if I look for Hyprland, you should see a Git version pop up with chaotic AUR somewhere here. So chaotic AUR, Hyprland Git. Now notice that it's green, just like extra, okay? Just like the extra repo. This is green, which means that I can install it with Pacman. That's another added advantage to the chaotic AUR. It's that you don't have to use an AUR helper, okay? So you can use that. Okay, anyway, we have hyperpm update. Once we've done that, we just need to add this repository. So you just put in hyperpm add. I've already run that command, so I'm not going to do that. Then you just enable whatever plugin that you want to enable with hyperpm enable and then the plugin name itself. And then they just mention a bunch more jargon here regarding more configuration options and more details in each of these folders. So we want to enable hyperpm enable. Okay, we want to enable hyperscrolling. Now in my case, it's already enabled, so there we go. And right now the plugin is enabled, but as you can see, there are no changes. I cannot see anything. That's because if we click on hyperscrolling and then we scroll down, okay, funny, huh? Scroll down. We'll see, first of all, we see a note that this plugin is a work in progress. Now, it has a couple of bugs, which I will show you, but if you can work around those bugs, if you can deal with them until this layout has actually been fully created and added in completely, you should be able to, survive. So this is what you have to do. So to start, you have to just put in general/layout to be scrolling. So let's open that, config, hyper, modules, declaration. Oh, and by the way, if you're wondering what this modules folder is about, it's a section called modularity in the program, which is the first link in the description. So I go into it much more detailed, right, than I can over here. So you can just go ahead and check that out. First link in the description. Okay, so we just open this, and here I have the layout defined. I am just going to change that to scrolling. Save the changes, and voila. As you can see, the layout has completely changed, and if I open a bunch more windows, I can flick through the different windows, and that is Niri's layout automatically created. Simple. Now, there are a couple of settings that you're going to want to tweak, most likely. Okay, before that, I'm going to show you how this layout actually works. So you have like one main window over here. you can just, okay. So instead of having multiple workspaces, the way that Niri's scrolling layout works, okay, the scrolling tiled layout, whatever you want to call it, the scrolling layout works by just having, multiple windows, or rather infinite windows on an infinitely long horizontal plane. So on this plane over here, if we could like zoom out, now I'm not sure if you can actually zoom out and get that overview like you can in Niri, okay? But then basically what you can do here is just imagine zooming out, okay? Imagine you can just zoom out and then look at all the workspaces just like you could on GNOME. Okay, you have that overview button, or you have the workspaces button. You click on that, and then it zooms out, shows you all your workspaces and whatnot. Just imagine that and know and understand that there are basically infinite windows that can be put into a single workspace. Now, why does this actually help? Well, as you can see here, you can do stuff like this. So I can adjust the size of this browser window to be how much ever I want. Okay, and then I can, you see there's still a part of it. There's still a part of the window that you can see. This might be useful when you're perhaps working with more than one window and you want to see the details of the first window to be used in the third window. Okay, maybe in some abstract scenario like that. But even otherwise, like this is pretty useful, right? Which is why you're most likely to use this if you are. And yeah, we can just close all of these windows. To make it easier, I'll just type in 1. Okay, so I'll echo 1 over here, and then echo 2, and then echo 3. So you can clearly see that this is how it works. Now, the first time when I came across hyperscrolling and Niri's tiling scrolling layout, okay, I was extremely confused. Like, how does this actually work? If you still feel confused, honestly, you're just gonna have to try it out. Sometimes the best thing that you can do is just jump straight in, right, with yourself, with your own hands, so you can figure it out, and know how it works. But yeah, that's pretty much it. This is how you add the layout. There's a couple of configuration options which you want to know. So let's close these ones, and I'll cover those options for you. So the main one, okay, you can look up all these ones yourself and you can test them out. Okay, follow focus, that's like the second most important one. But full screen on one column. So if you notice, yeah, like this window, doesn't matter what workspace I go to, if I open a window, it's not going to be maximized. So in this scrolling layout, you have two layouts, or rather you have two modes in which windows can be. You have either maximized, where it's basically like having a master layout or dwindle layout where you only have one window on the screen, or you can have full screen where the window is technically, or actually, full screened. Okay, now if you want to make sure that any window that you open, if there's only one window in a workspace, let's say, you want that window to be maximized so that it takes up the entirety of the screen, while still keeping all the borders and the gaps and the shadows and whatnot. What you're gonna have to do is add in this full screen on one column option into the plugin section. Okay, so if we again go into config, modules, hyper modules. Again, by the way, if you want to know what modules is, just go ahead, click the first link in the description. I show you exactly what it is and explain it in much more detail. Okay. Then let's see. So this is going to be in plugins.conf. Scroll down over here, and we have to just add this. So we just add in a hyper scrolling section. Get full screen on one column. Another thing about this layout is everything's designed into columns. Okay, so this is one column, this is another column. As you can see, this width of the column can be dictated by column width, and you can set explicit column widths so that you can have, let's say, a third. Let's say you have 3 windows. Okay, a third of the screen can be taken up by one window, the second third by the second window, and then this third of the screen can be taken up by the third window. Use explicit column widths for that. If that's actually not how it works, then you can figure it out, right? Pretty simple. For focus fit method, when a column is focused, what method to use to bring it to center, you're gonna have to just try this one out. Okay, but then follow focus, this one's pretty simple. So if a window is focused, the layout will move to make it visible. So let's open another one here. Okay, now simplest way to show this to you is just increase the window size. And as you can see, if I hover over the browser window, it automatically gets focus. Now, unless you want that to actually be the functionality and be the case, you're going to have to turn that to false if you don't want that to be the case. If you want to actually click on the window and then have it move. Okay, but anyway, getting back to full screen on one column, we just turn that to true. And then you'll figure out that, voila, this thing is fixed. Now, it doesn't matter what workspace I open, any window I open is going to be maximized at first, and then any subsequent windows are just going to follow the rules of the layout. Pretty simple. And that is pretty much it. That is how you can get Niri's scrolling layout on Hyprland, probably in under 10 minutes. If you want to know how to make a blazing fast and beautiful setup like this one, complete with a custom theme switcher that I can switch themes with at any time of the day that I want to, depending on however I feel. Okay, all of this was crafted completely by hand, by the way. I didn't use anybody else's dot files. I innovated this thing completely on my own. So, yes. If you want to know how to make something like this, right, make it yourself, go ahead, click the first link in the description. I show you exactly how to make this step by step so that you don't have to waste any of your precious and valuable time. If you liked the video, hit like. If you loved it and want to see more like this in your feed, hit subscribe, and I will see you next time. Stay rising.